tell me a bit about producing this, because it was such a whirlwind production, it seems, and I mean, taking on the original script as well. What was that like?
Yeah, it was really interesting, and I don't think I knew what I was getting into in the beginning when I said, let's do this thing, because it was my idea. But it was actually surprisingly easy, and I think it was maybe my, not being experienced helped me. Not being experienced producing. This is the first thing I produced.
That does make a little bit of sense. You know, you just jump in, right?
Yeah, well, it was actually the second thing I produced. I guess it's the first because I had another movie starting to be made. In Your Eyes, which is the next production from Bellwether Pictures. That's very exciting. So I was in the process of producing it, but I hadn't thought of something, produced something in such a short amount of time. And so it was the best education that you could get. I mean, it was really kind of beautiful. I mean, they started construction next to the house that I designed, next to that house, the day before.
Are you serious?
They were reading on the lawn outside, and Joss was panicking, and he was just like, construction demo. They started demo next door. So it was definitely, yeah, Joss was like, we're not going to be able to do it. We can't do it. I'm like, let me take care of it. Who's your executive producer? And he was like, but you can't control construction. You can't. I'm like, I'm going to control construction. Nice. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And I don't know, the people helped, thanks so much for closing down their demoing. So we would go over there, we had walkie-talkies, we'd go over there and say, okay, we're filming, stop demoing, film, and it was kind of beautiful.
Wow.
It was kind of the universe just all came together and helped us to make this movie.
That's
it was
cool.
really, really fast.
So can you tell me what's the focus going to be for Bellwether?
Making small movies and making them fast, and just not doing it. It's hard. Doing In Your Eyes was different because In Your Eyes went through more of a traditional studio process. But I have theories about how you can produce movies, and I just think you can do it faster. You can do it kinder, in a gentler way, and treat people with respect. And you can do it with friends, and you can use your resources. But just mostly, you ever see the movie Aviator?
Yes.
Love that movie. One of my favorite movies. I've seen it many times. But what I love the most about that movie is that he is so passionate that he's so like, it's got to be done like this. That everyone around him steps up, and then they become better. And I think we don't work that way. Instead of, we just expect this and expect that, and like, do your job, and then I'm not going to give you kudos or pay attention to you. And then I think then what we end up with is a lot of bitterness, a hierarchy, which I don't think is necessary. And, frankly, maybe everyone's not doing their best job, but in this, everybody, the crew was amazing, the AD was amazing. Everybody just came together, so we had to get it done. We were doing it. It was really weird because it was in my house filming it, so it's like, I get up in the morning and say, hey, get the kids off to school, and say, hey, get something at craft services, walk out the door, but it was like a family. It really was kind of a beautiful, all the friends, all the people at the party were friends, and then the AD's like, I don't know if your friends are going to show up. People don't usually show up. I'm like, they're going to show up for a party. And they're like, I don't think they should actually, drink. I'm like, they're coming for a party, and we're going to film them for free. So, like, it'll work.
You gotta give them something.
It'll work, it'll be fine. Luckily, it was fine, and we had a really great time. But it was very much a family affair, and it was very much everybody coming together and working together and really believing in what we were doing. And actually, it happened so fast, they didn't have time to disagree.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pleasure meeting you. Good
nice
luck
meeting
with the
you.
film.
What was your name again?
Andrew.
Andrew. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
You know what?